I'm the Cold War. I was specially designed by Vincent Dynamics to take down entire governments. IMC, militia, DC, doesn't matter, take them all down. And look at me, I'm packing. Junk in the trunk. Biggest rounds in the game, I'm beautiful. Let's dance, spin me big boy, yeah, party time.
Oh boy, who wants a full game? We're gonna be doing one. This is just a quick cut from it. I thought we'd start off on a high note, so this is from me to you. Hope you enjoyed, and it kind of sets the tempo for what we're going to be doing throughout the match. So, if you are somebody who called for the Cold War game, enjoy. If you're not, enjoy it anyways. This is the beginning of the game. How would you guys like me to start casting these things? Because there's two ways to cast it. I can cast it, usually I'm from the outside perspective, or I can cast it in real time, as in, what was I thinking at the time? To the best of my recollection. So right away, I'm like, am I going to go over? I'm like, why am I going to waste that much grapple? I'm like, that's not worth it. So we're going to do first person, by the way, for a bit. And I'm like, I'm just going to set up here. I grabbed extra grenades, so I'm like, my whole point of my beginning is just to whip some grenades. Great, double kill to start? That is good. Look at that, a grenade that kills 4 grunts. Also very good. When is the Cold War going to start? It's got to be soon. I'm waiting here because this is the best place the gun guy has done. Unfortunately, that opening was so good that the initial spawn is gone. I don't really want to go there with the Cold War. I'd rather stay here. There's some grunts there, though. Now I'm really tempted. Oh, finally some guy ran out. Cold War action. Everybody finds it inconsistent, and you know what? That's what I find it. It's very inconsistent. That's why I don't like using the Cold War too much. I'm like, if I'm going to have a big game, I'm going to have to fall down on Big Boy Ronin. Quick switch, and I'm just running a pretty standard kit. But I have such an early Titan because the Cold War is good for one thing, like most Grenadiers. And that's taking out large groups of AI. And that's not all Grenadiers. We could talk about them all later. But in regards to the Cold War, this is the best level for it. It has great splash damage. And most of the Grenadier weapons do have some splash damage. The softball is pretty good for taking out large groups of AI. The EPG, if you're very good at aiming it in between people or the grunts haven't scattered, you'll do pretty well. The SMR is pretty good against grunts and reapers. No, wait, what am I talking about? The SMR is terrible against Reapers. Yeah, I'd expect it to do more damage, but for some reason it's one of those weapons that doesn't. I'm closing in on their spawn right now.
That pilot doesn't stand a chance.
Time to start unloading. You can play a Titan in there, by the way. You can just hide. It depends on the Titan, obviously. Like, Scorch will kill you, but against a Ronin, you're actually safe in there. I can't get you if you just stay right in that room. I think you have to do slight positioning changes, but hardly anything, and you're safe, and it's just a big waste of my time. Like, eventually I will give up on kills like that. Or get out of my Titan, one or the other, but if you're paying attention, you're going to be able to hear me get out of my Titan if I do decide to challenge. Can I get him in there as a Ronin? It's like, I can, but again, it has a lot of dodging room. It has pillars, so it's hard for me to engage him if he's good at hiding behind structures. Is there not a guy here? Okay, he's making a run for it. Is he gonna get away? I have my phase dash. Let's go. Almost got away. It's so hard for them right now. They just finally dropped their Titans and I already have my core, which is a huge up. This should be able to at least let me whittle them down enough that I'm not gonna have to deal with as many Titans once I lose mine. Hopefully. That's sometimes how games turn around. So I'm just gonna do my best right here to lay some hits down. How much damage did I do? He's doomed? Okay. Good job. Another Ronin. Such a good Titan for this. But Scorch is really good too. Like, people say it's the worst Titan, sort of like the Grenadiers and the Cold War, but it has their moments. Like, this map is so good for it. I like this weapon because you can get away with just killing a huge amount of grunts. Plus, the splash damage is really generous in this map because everything is close quarters. There's walls everywhere. I will be pretty lucky if I get away. I decided to do this double back, which was a really good decision, but since I did get hurt while I was running away, the smoke killed me real fast. Overall, that was pretty good. Not perfect, obviously, because I died. Another Titan. They're starting to somewhat cue a decent comeback. Like, they're in a good position to make change. By the way, I have this full game for you guys that is really epic. It's against a bunch of campers, and it's like camping to the extreme, and it ends up so close in the end. So I'm gonna share that with you guys because then you guys can go through some of the strategies that may help you deal with campers. But I think one of the most important things is that you have to just be able to be willing to change your play. Because I know there's times when I'm not changing guns, I'm not going into long range. I'm just gonna play short range in a wide open map like Homestead or something like that. And against some people it doesn't work out. And if I'm gonna be that stubborn, you know, I'm gonna bash my head against the wall. But if you're willing to change, there's a lot of circumstances that you can overcome in this game. Even AWOL, if you really want to get serious, sometimes AWOL is a great perk to use, especially when people have complete Titan dominance. This is one of the levels where you get away with just spamming your melee because as soon as they eject, they just hit their head on the roof, and usually it opens them up to a punch with, well, most Titans you can pull that off with. Same reason why nuclear eject kills so many people all the time. And by people, I mean just themselves. I talked about it killing grunts, but it's decent at killing pilots, but it has to be in a level like this. I'll also take this gun into glitch. I would take grenadiers into glitch, but I like them here. I think this is by far their best level. If you want to do good with a grenadier, bring it here. I also like using stim here, and Scorch, Ronin, both of them very good. Probably my favorite ones to use when it comes to this map. You should really try picking your Titans and your pilots builds based on the map. I think you guys are going to see really good results. I'm getting anxious. Not anxious enough to just go running in there. I don't know what's going on. I'm pretty sure my buddy just left though, so maybe I'm gonna go reposition and see what's going on. So yeah guys, it's just gonna be a continuous stream of content. Some things we're gonna revisit, some things are gonna be one-time things. Like, when are you gonna see the next Cold War game? Probably after you see an EPG game. After this though, we gotta do some Scorch. I wanna show you how much better I've gotten with Scorch, and you're gonna see, of course, the patterns that I use, and how much just burst. Like, I used to think burst damage was just like a Ronin thing, but Scorch, man, you lay the trap, you lay the fist, you lay the canister, and all these things light up the fire at the same time too, right? If you just want to light up the fire right away, you can use your thermal shield, you can shoot at the ground, you can use your flame wall. There's so many ways for you to light up these canisters that it opens up a lot of counterplay. Where are you going to be laying your shots because you still get that little thermite on the ground? I love it, man. I love it. I think Scorch is a very cool Titan, but again, it depends on the map and how you're going to play him. And every week you're gonna catch me calling one Titan the best, because I really do find that any of them can be the best in the right situation and the right hands. But this week, Ion was definitely the best. And if he's not the best, he's the runner-up. And if he's not the runner-up, he's probably the winner's girlfriend. At the very least. Cause she fine. Oh yeah. Oh, I was hoping for somebody to eject and go up, but nope. I'm not going through there. You guys saw at the beginning that I only had 2 hours on this gun. I still have to think about actively that it's not a charge. And that catches me by surprise twice because I'm holding the trigger. And second is that when I let go of the trigger, it doesn't stop, and that's why I blow myself up sometimes. So that's something. I would almost like it more if it was a hold, or an option to hold to shoot, so it would make the gun a little bit more advanced. Like, if it was better, it wouldn't need that option, right? Because then you'd be like, it's already good enough, but it's not good enough right now. It's pretty inconsistent. At least let me have extra control of it. If I could kind of rev it up a bit and jump at somebody and then unload when I get a lot closer, that would make it a little bit more accurate, right? So there'd be ways to just get a little bit more out of this gun if you had more control.
Let's go, Ronin, let's go. Let's go, Ronin, let's go. He's like, whoa, he's just phasing in here, he doesn't care, he's a madman.
Uh-oh, and a core? That's okay, I got block.
Sword block needs buff.
Boom, boom, boom. Oh, this thing is so good. I'm a Reaper Slayer. What? You're still up? This Reaper's got moves. Oh my god, my health. AI may kill me. Yes! It's time to abort. It's really time to abort. It's too late to abort.
It's Cold War time. Time to get up. And this is how I get down, with grenades.
I really wish I had a satchel right now. Would it kill him in one shot? In Doomsday, is it one satchel? If I put it right on him, do they stick to Titans? See, I know nothing about satchels. Tell me more. I really want... Oh, I wanted that kill. I want this kill. Assist? And a battery? Okay, I'll take an assist and a battery. That's okay. I feel like I made out like a bandit. That's a little turn I'm talking about, guys. It's pretty neat, eh? It's pretty useful.
And it's stylish as fuck. Or,
no, that's what we don't say that for AF. We say
absolutely phenomenal. Yeah.
Well, that guy put the brakes on me. Let's get back out there. Game's over. It ended too soon. I was just warming up. Takes a little while to get the hang of the Cold War. I like kind of looking at the stats now. I never noticed how little time or how much time I put into some of these weapons. It feels pretty awesome from up here. And don't forget, when you look at the Titan, it's not just a visual thing. You will actually shoot it and you will die with a Grenadier weapon. I hate being on a guy when they're fighting against Scorch, because if they make a mistake and overstep and Scorch comes and burns them, there's a good chance I'm gonna die on their back.
Stand by for Titanfall.
So my plan is to slingshot to my Titan.
Stop their escape.
I forgot to jump off the ground that time. If you're wondering why that wasn't gonna work, I wasn't even gonna attempt the second one without doing that right. Like, I missed the first like rule of
doing slingshots.
Oh my god, and I don't have the quick recharge, so this is taking forever. Now look what I do. I think I'm gonna have enough time for it to recharge enough for the second one, and I didn't by a split hair because I'm not used to this timing. I'm like, why is it so slow? If I get in here, eject, then I can grapple. But the game's over. So you guys are gonna have to settle for that. Well, that's the end of this episode, guys. Again, thank you for joining me. Paper cut to you. And I'll see you guys next time.